concrete poses a problem for CSI. First exclusive to Living, Pete Burns, PA.
Pete Burns is an 80s icon who has certainly lived life to the full, from chart success and Big Brother fame to brief brushes with the law. Pete is now getting his life back on track and is planning to marry his boyfriend Michael later this year. But a wedding needs organisation, and Pete's life is anything but organised. So the time has come for him to get some hired help, and the hunt is on for his PA.
I'm absolutely desperate for a PA because all of a sudden my schedule has gone absolutely through the roof and there's no signs that it's going to let up anytime soon. I've got a photography book coming up called Untouched. I'm going back in the recording studio to do some new tracks. There's a few more TV projects in the pipeline, and last but not least, I'm about to marry my boyfriend Michael.
Pete held interviews for the prestigious post, and there to help him decide on the final 10 candidates were business psychologist Rob Young and celebrity PA Donna Cooling. Both Rob and Donna will help monitor the PA's progress over the coming weeks and assist Pete in his decision on who should stay and who should go.
It's got to be the right PA, and having a PA, how would it change my life? I hope it would get more organisation into my life, make sure that I'm places on time, so I knew exactly what schedules were, because I have got the memory of a fruit fly, but that PA will probably have to wear a crash helmet at all times, because sometimes if you prod and poke me, it's a serious risk on your life.
The candidates will live together in this luxury London house and compete in a variety of challenges to prove they have what it takes to be Pete's PA.
The competition starts now.
Each week, one will get the job and be sent home immediately.
Time to go home.
The first to arrive is Natalie. She's been a PA for 15 years, and today is her 32nd birthday.
To get this job would mean a lot to me because I've come from a small town and it would mean everything. It would be unbelievable. I think people will be really competitive, yes, definitely. Obviously, this thing would attract a certain type of character, and yeah, I would say they would definitely be competitive people.
Next to arrive is 36-year-old Damon. His experience includes 7 years handling VIPs for a major airline and 1 year as a manager of a health club.
I really do want this job because at the end of the day I need a career. I'm not getting any younger. I need a career. This was like a good career to have. It's right up my street, so I definitely do want this job. Hello.
Hi, you okay?
Damon.
Natalie. Nice to meet you.
28-year-old Kelly currently has a job with the Metropolitan Police as an office manager to a department of 300 people.
I'm in it to win it. You know, I'm here, I've made a decision, and this job will be mine. And, you know, that's why I'm here. I'm here to get the job and become Pete's PA.
Hello,
Nice to meet you. You're right.
Welcome. All right.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Are you right?
Yeah, good, thank you. Bit nervous, but I'm all right.
No, I'm really nervous as well. I'm all right now.
Come on.
Now I'm in, I'm all right.
Denise is from Cheshire. She's 27 years old and has just graduated from Bournemouth University.
People describe me as very outgoing, very caring, probably a bit too overgenerous sometimes, a bit too overtrusting with people that I've probably only just met. But that's just the way I am.
Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you.
Sarah Jane likes to be known as SJ. She's 37 years old and currently works as an office manager.
I think working with Pete Burns would be really good. I'm absolutely certain that I could sort anything out for him. And I know that sounds really arrogant, but I really do believe at my age, at my point where I've got to in my life, he's exactly the sort of person I want to work for.
Hi, I'm SJ. I'm Denise. Nice to meet you.
35-year-old Nikki has an MSc in criminological psychology. She's currently renovating a 400-year-old meal house in France.
I've worked in young offenders, institutes and treatment centres, so I can certainly deal with difficult situations, up close and personal, in my face, not a problem. Hiya. You're right.
At 23, Ian's the youngest candidate. He currently works for a railway track maintenance company.
I really do want to win. I believe that I'll be really good at this job, so I want to win.
Denise.
Ian.
24-year-old Shelley has worked as a PA for just 3 months, and she placed second in the 2005 Miss Essex competition.
The other people in the house I think are going to be really calling out to Pete. I'm going to be concentrating on the job, just going for, becoming his PA.
Nice to meet you, Shelley. I'm SJ, welcome.
48-year-old Debs is the oldest candidate for the job. She was previously PA to the celebrated handbag designer Lulu Guinness.
I'm not the sort of person that gets picked out of anywhere or out of a crowd or anything, so I'm quite excited, but I'm also quite nervous and everything's happened so fast.
The final candidate is 31-year-old Rhea. After several years as a PA to a Radio 1 presenter, she is now studying for a degree at Northampton University.
People would describe me as fun-loving, a bit of a go-getter, and hopefully quite caring as well. I've lived communally before, so for me it's not a problem at all. But it doesn't seem to be a problem for anyone. Even when we came upstairs to choose the bedrooms, it seemed almost natural that everybody knew where they were going.
Come on, Mum, with me. Oh.
The house is fantastic. I was really surprised about that. The fact that we're in a nice setting makes a huge difference.
Sorry, excuse me, I don't want camel toe.
Bit of a gimp. What's bad about gimp? You know what a gimp is? Anyway, I've thrown him, haven't I?
You also haven't really been a PA. You just looked after people in hospitality brilliantly.
I would also nominate myself for overconfidence.
Oh, she's got a big experience of the gay scene. Oh, quick, give the bitch the job.
No.
As the 10 wannabe celebrity PAs settle into their new home, they receive a surprise visitor.
Hi.
This is the first time the candidates have seen Pete since their interview.
Hi, I'm Pete. Do you know? I'd like to introduce you to the 2 people who are going to help me choose who actually gets this job. This is Donna.
Hello, I am a celebrity PA. I've been working for various A-list actors and actresses for the last 6 years. At the moment I work for Helena Bonham Carter, Rachel Weisz and Sir Derek Jacobi. So I feel that I have enough experience to be able to help Pete choose the perfect person out of one of you.
And this is Rob.
Hi, I'm Dr. Rob Young. I'm a business psychologist, so I spend my time assessing and interviewing people for jobs. So every time I'm in the room, I'm going to be observing you, watching you and trying to decide who should get the job and who should get out.
It was a nice surprise when he did walk in. I thought he looked great. He's got his unique sense of style. It was nice to meet the other people that are going to be involved.
Well, the competition starts now. I'm going to pick you all off one by one, and you're all going to stand on that spot and tell me why you think you're the best man, woman, or in-betweenie to get this job. In the job that I do, I've got to have somebody that can sell themselves to me, and then consequently sell me to other people.
My name's Nikki and I think I'm the best person for the job because I think you're the best person to work for. I'm looking for somebody who is very articulate, who knows what they want, has got a style of their own and who's not going to pander around to other people's opinions. That's the type of person I want to work for and that is going to make me the best PA.
Well, thank you.
He picked me first and I hope that's the position I tend to stay in for the rest of the competition.
I think I would be the best person for the job, Pete, because because I already have experience in this sort of lifestyle, so I understand the ups and downs that celebrity life can bring. I'm very unjudgmental, like some of the media can be. I'm highly organised, and I love your creativity and uniqueness.
Sorry, excuse me, I don't want camel toe.
So I'd show you, but you don't want to see it.
My name's Natalie, and I think I would make the ideal flunky because I'm thick-skinned, I have experience in abundance, I've worked for corporate lawyers since I've left school, and ball-busting people, and I believe it's also important to work for someone who I admire, and without sounding like a crazy stalker, I do admire you, and I believe that's really important.
I think I'll be good for the job because I've had a lot of experience with celebrity VIP clients in my previous job as an airline. I admire you.
Charlie Dolly.
No, VIP handling from ground. I admire you and say you're like sort of a mythical character, a bit like a unicorn that should be revered, looked up to. He is quite an enigmatic character, so he's quite to be revered and looked up to. I think so. I did mean that what I said.
I'd like the opportunity to work for you. I think I would be a good PA for you because I'm confident, I have a good media background, I don't take no flapping round, I'll deal with anyone, I'll look after you and think for you before you need to think to tell me.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Kelly. I'll be the best person for the job as your PA. I'm organised, I'm motivated, and I'm passionate about anything I do, so I think I would be the ideal person for this job.
I've been a PA all my life. I've been involved in the gay scene, unfortunately, for most of my life. I love it. You're one of the people that I don't know and I'd like to get to know better. My skills are excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
I've got a very creative side. I'm very good on thinking by myself. I work good as a team, as an individual, and I think I'll get on with you because obviously I've watched you through Big Brother. Love the way you are, you're quite direct, and I'm very much like yourself in the way I'm direct.
Time up. Thank you.
That's fine, really.
I said a bit, I mentioned Pete a little bit more than what I said about myself.
Hi Pete, I'm Ian. I want the job because I think I'm organised, and I think the way that you speak is outgoing, and that's the way that I like people to be with me, telling me what to do. And I'm
a bit of a gimp. What's bad about gimp? You know what a gimp is? Anyway, I've thrown him, haven't I?
Yes.
No, sorry.
I didn't mind him teasing, like making the comment, that was fine, but it just took me off scale really. I didn't know what to say to it, so I was a bit stuck for words.
I'm not absolutely certain I am the best person to work for you, but I really do want to work for you. I am organised, and I really like you. The first time I met you, the auditions, I had no preconceptions, so please give me the job.
Okay, thank you very much, thank you.
Oh God, it was terrible. Well, for me it was terrible. Completely dried up, so I was completely lost and sort of started shaking in the middle, and disaster.
Well, thank you all for doing that.
I think SJ could be quite feisty and a bit of a go-getter.
I'm a little wary of SJ, funny enough. I think she has a rather mean streak.
Oh, Damon, we bless him. He's he's our entertainer, and he's very funny, and I'm really glad he's here actually, because sometimes you need a few ice-breaking moments, don't you? So yeah, he's funny. I like him. I don't think he can type.
So, the competition is on, and Rob Young has a task for the hopeful candidates.
Your first challenge is to discuss amongst yourselves who you think is the weakest PA. After every minute, I'm going to ask you to eliminate someone. So number 10 is who you think as a group is the weakest, and you're going to end up with number 1, who you think as a group is the strongest PA.
Meanwhile in the kitchen, Pete and Donna will be observing the candidates' behaviour on a monitor.
Okay, so your first minute starts now.
Has anyone had PA experience in this kind of area specifically?
Well, I've done music and theatre and famous people and business and tour management.
Okay, you're close to the business.
Well, I know what I'm saying, but this is my environment.
I've got events.
You're similar to me.
That side of things as well as Sarah.
So I'll just say that, okay, experience, but at the end of the day that can go in my favour because I can always adapt to any situation, and you can't ever discount anyone.
1 minute is up. Who are you rejecting?
So you can't just discount because I've got lack of experience.
You're saying you can't discount him because he hasn't got any experience?
Wrong! I was disappointed about being nominated as number 10. Obviously didn't want to be there.
Okay.
On a personal level, I would probably have to go for something like Debbie, because Debbie's got a very, very nice personality.
Too nice.
She's saying she's too nice.
Oh no.
Time's up, come on.
All right, Deb, because you said you weren't sure you're the right person for the job, and that is the only reason. Oh, sorry. Sorry, if you doubt yourself, then I'll doubt you.
Sorry.
Oh, shit.
Why are you so upset about Deb?
I like her, and she looks like she'd be a bit of a mum.
No, but she was being a bit mousy. She wasn't being particularly assertive.
Okay, you can get things by being nice, can't you? There are some people here who think they're going into battle.
What I'm going to say also is that I've got a huge, extensive experience of the gay scene, of the club scene, of the fashion scene. Half my friends are fashion designers, half my friends are artists, half my friends are musicians.
Oh, she's got a big experience with the gay scene. Oh, quick, give the bitch
Oh
the job.
no, I wish she'd keep harping on about her gay friends. It's totally irrelevant.
I know gays. I've gay friends.
Well, what makes her going to be a great assistant just because she knows you're gay?
Am I?
Oops.
You've outed me on telly.
So I haven't actually worked as a PA before. I've had a lot of various experience, but I'm going to put myself forward. Doesn't necessarily mean I'll be the week's PA, but I'm happy to.
Kelly's just voted herself out. I'm really surprised because her background of dealing with conferences of 300 people or whatever.
I'm only nominating you because you also haven't really been a PA. You just looked after people in hospitality brilliantly.
I would also nominate myself for overconfidence.
But I've got 20 years worth of experience.
I think you have overconfidence in yourself as well.
No, I've just done the job. You can't have too much. No, that's not fair.
You can be overconfident about something. SJ is very forward speaking, and she's done this, she's done that, she's done everything 10 times more than the next person. Are you unanimous on that?
Are we unanimous? Yeah.
Time's up. Who are you evicting?
Me.
Okay.
I don't know what it is, and I know it's sounding quite mean, but I wouldn't particularly, in the outside world, choose to be around Damon. I don't necessarily find him funny, and he tries to be funny.
If we're going on levels of confidence and all the rest of it, even though I've got plenty of experience, that's all I've ever done, I was absolutely shaking in my shoes in there with Pete. So I don't know where that puts me now on the scale.
I mean, do you want somebody being as gobby as Natalie is, perhaps?
Can you imagine trying to tell her off for doing something wrong?
Okay.
Now that's a surprise.
Maybe somebody's threatened her.
Being so loud, and now she's just volunteered herself to
She's
leave.
run out of steam, hasn't she? She's run out of steam.
But I've worked in TV, I've worked in VIP areas, that's the same kind. I've worked in
10 seconds.
I've worked with multi-millionaires. I've done all their personal things for them. I've lived on their yacht.
Okay, so how does that make me different from everyone else then? I've done media, I've had experience in PA, and I'm well
You said
organised.
you'd only had 3 months experience as a PA.
Okay, so everyone else has had more than 3 months.
Yeah, 20 years.
Oh, SJ looked really cocky then, didn't she? I've got 20 years experience.
Okay.
Time's up.
Sorry, ladies.
Okay, no problem.
I always think it's the people that sell themselves the loudest who are crap.
So, there are 4 left.
Well, we've all agreed we're all pretty going for it, aren't we? Us four. We all want it. It's almost impossible. I mean, I can't do it.
You have to make
It's part of the game. I think these two are going to be the strongest ones. I think it's going to be out of you two, to be honest.
What about the 6 people here? What do you...
Yeah,
What do I
what are your opinions?
I think SJ,
Well, who should go next?
personally.
Or just stay in there, because we can't decide between the 4 of us at the moment.
When it became the 4 strongest people, they'd formed a clique between them. They then didn't want to eliminate any of themselves. They then wanted the weaker people to do it for them, and I thought that was terrible. I thought that was gutless.
I have to say you, because I think you're very strong competition, and I'm sorry,
We're sharing a bedroom. We're going to get on fine.
I'm sorry, but
I love you to bits already. It was very difficult for me, because I think it brought me back to the whole being bullied at school thing, where I just knew that feeling of not being wanted, that awful feeling.
I'd have to say you, because I spoke to you a lot today, and I think you're a very strong woman, and you've done a lot in your life. So I think, to be honest, you're going to be another strong competitor. So I have to say that.
I'm very flattered, and I hope to prove that you're correct on that.
Yeah,
I am strong competition.
I think it is. You were really, really strong in the initial interview. That's all I've gone on today. That's all I've seen of everybody. And from that point of view, your competition to me.
That's fine, head buddy.
That's right. Come and join the competition. Come and join the chat.
Okay, so is Denise going to give up the number one spot to Ria?
I'm getting nervous because Ria just she sailed through.
Because I've got a media background, and just being able to deal with the media, I think that's a plus as well, being a PA. Yeah. So for me, I know how the media works. You know, I've got inside sort of, well, not information, but an inside route. So I think that's a very big bonus for me. But I've been speaking to them. And that has got that's not the biggest. That's it. And I don't mean that in that's just the basic. No, and if I had that behind me as well, then I'd be saying that from straight off.
This is about being a celebrity PA, and I have had a little bit of experience in that area. So, there clearly were people that were a little bit phased. Is it unanimous? I need...
I think you should... Yeah. The only thing that was quite bad was the fact that when obviously they had to decide between me and Ria, everyone apart from SJ, bless her, was Ria, which, Ria's got 5 years experience as a celebrity PA, so fair play to Ria. And that's our number one. There's Ria.
Yeah.
I think she has secretly got balls under there.
Yeah, she's got a big old pair of plums.
No, I don't think she should have been number one now. I think I should have been on the number one spot.
Obviously, I have my favourites out of the whole bunch. I like her, and she looks like she'd be a bit of a mum. The others they turned on each other. There was a lot of bickering and stuff like that. I wasn't that impressed. Well, we just had to watch all of that on the monitor, and at moments it was really quite painful for us to watch. I do have my disappointments in some of you, because some of you gave up really too easily. Because it is about, you've got to promote yourself, and if you can't promote yourself in this area, you can't really promote me.
To be perfectly honest, I'd just like to say I don't want to have to big myself up. I'd rather prove myself to you in tasks and various other things, because anyone can talk the talk.
Much time though to prove yourself. We were quite surprised that you went out so early as well.
Yeah, very surprised.
But I would prefer anyone can say anything. I'd rather prove myself to you in person.
I have to say, there'll be a task tomorrow. We'll observe it, but we can't watch everything that goes on. Some of the time we'll have to ask you what happened. So that's when you will have to stand up for yourselves. So I hope you've learned a lesson from today.
Yeah, very much so, yeah.
Stressful, huh?
Yeah.
Well, that's what that kind of job is, it's stressful.
Need a shower,
That's brilliant.
Hold your breath.
You're being very determined. I'm not sure I could have done this.
Away from it.
It's going to be horrible, but there's one less. Let him go. Get out.
Pete Burns has sent the 10 PA hopefuls to meet his advisors Rob and Donna for their latest challenge.
Basically, Pete was drinking last night. He was here at the Molten Hops, had a couple of drinks, woke up this morning and realised that he's left behind his favourite lipstick. Unfortunately, the people inside, they threw it away. It's in this bin.
I was all kitted up in my little silk number, hand wash number, with my heels and my thick tights to skip dive.
Pete wants you to find his lipstick. He wants you to phone him when you found his lipstick. The phone is in this safe. The code for the safe is in this bin. The phone number for his phone is also in this bin. You need to find those 3 things.
This is a way of finding out just how far a PA will go to achieve the desired result. Of course, this job involves a lot of glamour, but the flip side of it is it can involve a lot of crap as well. And this, to me, will prove who is willing to roll the sleeves up and get down and dirty to get the desired result.
We're going to split you into 2 teams, and whoever wins a task will be safe from eviction. So, the 2 team leaders, Ria, you won yesterday's task, so you're going to be 1 team leader, And the other team leader, based on who you voted as the least suitable to be a PA, is going to be Ian.
I was made one of the team captains, and I was pleased about that because I was able to show what I was capable of.
Well, as if it's school time, sports day, pick your teams.
I got to choose a team, which there was a certain amount of logic and strategy to me doing that.
I'm going to go for Kelly first because I know she doesn't mind getting down and dirty with things. So.
Okay. Ian.
I will go for SJ.
I was really pleased that he chose me straight away because I thought, good, because I can really keep his pecker up, so to speak.
Nikki.
Jenny. Jenny, what was I saying? Debbie. Sorry.
Damon.
Shelley.
I was the last person left.
And it's just like school.
So I was quite hurt, and if that was a week before my period, I would have been in bits, but it wasn't, so it's okay.
So these are your couture overalls. Okay. That's brilliant. Okay, Pinks, let's get rummaging.
I actually did enjoy it. I actually quite enjoyed jumping in and getting in there, and it doesn't faze me digging around in all fairness, because my mum owns a cleaning business, so it really was no big shakes really. I mean, old beans, so what? So
come on, Damon, you're running out of time. Next one in.
I could have got more stuck in, got more involved, got dirtier, but I believe that if something's not really necessary, then why put yourself out and do it when it's not needed?
I've got no time to read letters.
Who wants to get covered in rubbish?
Next one in.
I tell you what, anything we think is something, we just put it to the side and one other person have a look at it. So if I think it's something, I'll put it to the side and it's up to you to read it for me.
To me, it feels like at the moment it's the SJ show. It's all about her, and within the task. So, darling, Ian, you're the team leader, but let me tell you this and let me tell you that. It's really pissing me off.
That's really disgusting. The smell is so bad.
Oh, I've smelt worse.
yeah, really? I've been in worse.
Yeah.
All I could smell was like stale custard, and there was beans and tea bags, and I got stuck with a rotten pineapple, so I could smell mould and.
Pineapple. No, it's pineapple. It's mouldy.
It was disgusting.
Yeah. Hold your breath. You're doing well. Breathe away from it. Breathe away from it. Oh, good girl. He's awful.
Literally, I was heaving and probably could have nearly choked on my own sick.
Hold your breath.
You're being very determined. I'm not sure I could have done this.
Breathe away from it. Take a breather if you need to. We've got red team.
Oh my God, the pink team are deteriorating. You're running out of time.
If you're going to go through rubbish, then you're going to heave, and I heaved.
Nikki, get in the bin and just check. Yeah, just check. Go on, Nick.
I was so enthusiastic and my adrenaline was going so much. I did try to dangle a leg over and kind of have a little bit of grace about me, but then in the end I just have to get in there.
Is there anything actually left in the bin?
Yeah, there's a bag.
Okay, there's one more bag. All right, let's get into that.
That was nasty! You left the lid off. Come on, Damon.
What about that yellow carrier bag over there?
I was very pleased when I found the lipstick in the food. It's like, yay, the lipstick.
With Pete's lipstick recovered, the pink team still have to find his phone number and the combination to the safe. Ria's found the phone number, but without the combination, her team can't get to the phone. She's found it, and now it's just a question of unlocking the safe and phoning Pete.
Oh, no.
Yay! Well done!
I think everyone was really good, actually. I think we worked really well as a team.
The worst part for me was actually having to carry on once I start heaving, because once I start I hate nasty smells and I just go at anything. That's unbelievable, honestly. I'm trying to like pull my hair back and wipe garbage out of my mouth and I can't. But I think we'll win. We won't be up for eviction.
So Team Blue, your time starts when I sound this.
It was part like me being the first person to find an item. But that was helped obviously by my willingness to get right into the shit.
The blue team have been quick to find the lipstick, but the clock is still ticking as they search for the 2 remaining items.
Personally, in the bin challenge, I thought I was one of the best at it because I actually got stuck in. I was on my knees trying to get through the rubbish, and I've got proof. I mean, that day I wore a £200 pair of trousers, and now they're probably worth nothing because they're ruined. They're black, basically.
Dirty Debbie does the dirt. Oh, yes. Oh, well done. That's great. I found the phone number, so I was really pleased. I also got the dirtiest.
Come on, SJ. Empty it out. Breathe through your mouth.
Oh, wow.
SJ has found the combination, and the blue team wastes no time in calling Pete.
Hello there, darling. We found your lipstick.
If we lose this challenge, I'm going to be very disappointed because it means that one of us is going to have to go from our team. I don't want it to be me.
Well done, everybody. That was pretty revolting. Team Pink, 20 minutes, 10 seconds. 20 minutes?
When we found out that we took over 20 minutes to do it, obviously it was, no way.
And Team Blue, your time was 14 minutes 30.
When we had one, I just wanted to cry. I'm so happy for them more than me.
So Team Blue, congratulations. How do you feel?
Great.
Well, listen, to celebrate, you guys can go get cleaned up and get the night out on the tiles tonight. So well done.
The bin challenge was a good challenge for me. They were able to see that I can actually speak up for myself in a group and take charge. Whereas the first challenge, I looked a bit sheepish maybe.
Unfortunately, you guys don't get to celebrate. One of you will be going home tomorrow. You need to go home and pack, but before that, you need to clean this up.
To find out that we had to clear the rubbish up again and go through all that, the smells. But yeah, it was gutting, no one wants to be the loser, do they?
Right, there you go. That's me done.
Rubbish I can do, no problem. It was a smell rather than anything else. I've got quite a strong stomach, really, at all.
We thought, right, we've got to have a strategy, we're going to really think it through.
And that was quite important.
So we didn't have a strategy, we thought, right, we're going to make sure everything is spread really wide, didn't we?
I think ultimately you have to be a bit of a chameleon because it doesn't matter if, you're this type of person or that type of person. If you just throw yourself into something, it doesn't matter about, rules changing,
Well, it didn't matter, did it?
No.
We won.
Guess we won. So here's to us.
Yay, well done, everybody.
Thanks very much.
Back at the house, the candidates confide to their personal diary cam on the day's events and the up-and-coming elimination.
Unfortunately, I was in the losing team, so today we have to pack our bags and face whoever this is tomorrow who fires one of us.
You just can't help but feel demoralised when you give your best at rifling through rubbish and you don't win.
If I'm going to not get a job on the basis that I can't split bags of baked beans open and that's fine.
I thought the challenge was a piece of piss. I come from a council estate, so rummaging around in shit is no bother to me at all. But I think tomorrow will be a really sad day. It's going to be horrible. But, there's one less let him go. Get out.
No one wants to be the one that everyone laughs at.
So I'm a little hacked off because it seems like all the people who are going in there with me seem to have a vendetta a little bit against me, like get Damon out basically.
I miss my dog a lot.
It's something stinky though, you don't breathe it in through your nose.
Breathe it in.
Time to go home.
It's morning in the PA house, and the candidates are coping with the threat of the impending elimination in their own ways.
Stretch up.
I didn't wake up like this, by the way. I've just been for a run. Nearly got lost. I did get lost actually. I'm not too many others though.
No one wants to be the first one to go out. No one wants to be the one that everyone laughs at.
I think Damon's definitely weaker than me because, everyone on my team, they're all really clever people and they'd all do a good job, but they wouldn't make as good as PA as I would, really.
I'm still not, to be honest, still not nervous. I'm a little hacked off because it seems like all the people who are going in there with me seem to have a vendetta a little bit against me, like get Damon out basically, which is not really very nice to hear.
Despite being on the winning team, homesick SJ is feeling the strain of the competition.
I think I'm worn out. It's just the constant me, myself and I, Not from me, but from everyone else. I'm exhausted. I miss my dog a lot. I think it's the first time I've cried, actually. I don't know why I'm crying.
It's time for Pete Burns, Rob Young and Donna Cooling to decide which one of the 10 candidates will not become Pete's PA.
You've had a really challenging first week, and today's the day that we find out who is sadly lacking in the qualities required to be my PA. This week, your task was to find 3 of my items in the garbage. How did it go?
Well, I thought my team did really well. They turned up, full hair and makeup,
Fabulous.
high heels, fabulous outfits.
Really good.
They got into their overalls, they were totally committed, they dove straight into that bin and rummaged through. We did it in a time of 20 minutes, 10 seconds.
How did yours go?
I thought this team was sure to lose, and actually they surprised me, pulled it out of the bag and did a time of 14 minutes and 36.
So, Team Blue won, which means that you're all safe from elimination for today. So you can all leave the room and take the weight off your feet. Okay. Well done.
See you guys.
Well, the rest of you have got one final chance to step forward and convince me why you should be my PA. Ria?
On this task, I feel that I was a good team leader. I was very thorough and encouraged the rest of my team. I think they're really good attributes and will go forward to helping me continue to be your PA.
Okay, step back into line. Okay, Nikki.
I was the one that got into the bin. I tried to leave a leg out for a little bit of glamour, but in the end I dived in, I gave it my all. I tried to listen to Ria to make sure that I took instruction well and also gave my input into it, and I would try and do that with you.
Did you do it in heels?
Yes, I did.
Oh, that's okay. Okay, hon.
Stop my
Okay,
heels.
step back.
Thank you.
I think I would be a brilliant PA for you, as during the task, obviously when it was my go, I was heaving and nearly threw up and wanted to choke on my own stick, and I still carried on, which I think speaks volumes, and I think obviously the more I get to know you, you'll realise how much of a good PA I'll be for you.
Thank you.
I'm not going to sit here and, I think it's going to be difficult to relate getting things from a bin to becoming your PA. I showed initiative. Exactly. I showed initiative, I got the task done, and I just think, the teamwork there and the understanding of the instructions, I think would make me more suitable for the job.
Okay.
I threw myself into the task. There's no amount of dirt I would probably do for you to help you on your way. I'm very reliable, and I could just be there for you all the time.
Okay, step back into line then. Well, we're now going to sit and have a really good bitch about you all and come to our decision who has to beat it. So, you're free to leave the room. Okay, we've got to make a decision here, and obviously you particularly have gone through this with a rake. Tell me about how they all performed. What was Rhea like particularly?
I thought Rhea threw herself into it. She was a good leader. She was shouting out instructions, and she really went for it. Apparently, she goes to Glastonbury a lot, so she's used to rifling through crap.
Yeah, digging through manure.
She just went straight for it. I think she proved herself really well yesterday.
But I have to say, a team is only as good as its leader, and the reason that the team didn't win that task by 7 minutes or so was in part due to its leader.
Tell me about Nikki.
Oh, Nikki, she totally went for it. She went head first into the bin. All you can see with the wedges up in the air. It was fantastic.
And what about Denise?
Denise, bless her, she was about to vomit. She was really retching. She went in, there was a lot of rubbish on the floor that had got out already, and there's stale yoghurt in the air.
But it doesn't show a huge amount of smarts, because my team...
Because she was being sick?
No, but my team, they were saying, remember to breathe through your mouth, don't breathe it in through your nose.
Oh, well, listen, if you're going to think about that, you're just looking for your lipstick, you're looking to win. They don't want to go home.
If something's stinky though, you don't breathe it in through your nose.
Breathe it in,
but that's what effectively she was doing. Why wasn't everyone else retching?
Well, they were. Kelly was retching as well. I knew retching.
Oh, okay. Okay, what about Kelly?
I'm not sure Kelly was as committed as everybody else. She was actually the only person that put these little elasticated booties over her hands so she didn't have to touch the rubbish.
That could be a fashion first, though. She could set a whole new trend. I think that's very inventive.
The thing I noticed was she was stood up and bending over.
What about Damon?
He made light of the situation. It was a disgusting challenge to do, and he was joking around, which is his personality.
He did the task with good humour, whereas a lot of the others, they were saying, "Oh, that was disgusting, that was grim, that was a lot of sort of the girls being very girly," whereas he just thought, I'll do it. Plays this kind of exuberant, cheeky, chappy image, and I don't think that's the real him.
Okay, so I've listened to what you both got to say, and I'm going to make my own decision based on that. Here, I've got one CV in my hands, and that's a CV of the person who's not going to go forward and be my PA. Rhea, you were a great team leader, really good. Step back. Nikki, you threw yourself into the task in full drag. Your makeup emerged flawless, and your hair looked from me. Step back. Denise, you carried on despite wanting to puke. Step back. Kelly, it's been reported to me you were a little prissy about the task. You needed to wear gloves on your hands, and you made one glaring mistake, that being that you told me that the job of my PA would not usually involve doing something like that. You never tell me what the job involves. You have to do as you're told, and you don't question. When I want your opinion, I'll tell it to you. That was a mistake. Damon, your good point where you willingly got stuck into the filth. Your bad points are you think you're kind of funny and you're smug. It's a tough decision, but I've listened to my advisors here. I've taken their advice. Kelly, you're not going to be my PA. Time to go home.
It's a shame because he hasn't had a chance to see me do anything apart from go for a bin bag. So, but that's fine. That's it's his loss, really.
That doesn't mean the rest of you are going to have a cushy time and be able to rest on your laurels. So you're really going to have to try hard. You can leave the room. Thank you. Thank you.
With Kelly eliminated, 9 candidates remain. Who will become Pete's PA? Next time on Pete's PA, Ian gets to grips with his feminine side.
It's quite comfortable, actually.
The PAs get it wrong on a photo shoot.
I'm fucking mortified. And if I'd have said what I thought, they wouldn't even be standing here. They'd have turned to ash.
And Damon pulls SJ up on her behaviour.
I'm upset, but I don't like hearing it. It's awful.
The PA's taking a ride on the vomit comet there. All new to living, another set of challenges ahead, this time for Kimberly Stewart's potential flatmates. That's Wednesday at 10. And next up tonight, CSI.